What just happened in Vancouver? Condo prices are dropping and investors are pulling back, but we got a pre-sale to watch, smart home tech you'll want, and free movie nights across Vancouver. Here's what just happened.
It's sunny. It's sunny in Van.
Vancouver's real estate market just took a sharp turn, and it's all thanks to condos. According to Wahi Realty, condo prices fell 8% in June 2025 compared to last year. That's a major drop, especially considering that townhouses are up 10% and detached homes climbed by 1%. However, because condos make up such a huge part of the Vancouver market, that steep fall pulled the overall price index down by 4%. So, what's causing this sudden drop? In short, there is too much supply and not enough demand. Over 3,000 new apartments were completed in June, nearly double the number from last year. Most of these were launched back in 2021 when interest rates were low and buyer demand was sky high. But now, with tariff uncertainty, lower immigration, and rising costs, demand has dried up and condos are flooding the market. Economists are calling this a timing disaster. RPS Wahi's Ryan McLaughlin says that many of these units, especially small investor targeted condos, just don't make financial sense anymore. The rental income doesn't cover the monthly costs, investors are pulling out or forfeiting deposits entirely. According to Century 21, the price of downtown Vancouver condos dropped from $1,264 to $1,206 per square foot in the past year, and more inventory is still coming. But here's where it gets interesting. With prices dropping and listings piling up, buyers have leverage again, lowball offers are making a comeback, and sellers, once they sell, can turn around and score a deal themselves. The big question is, are we just seeing a dip, or is this the beginning of a bigger correction? It's official. Prices are cooling across the board, but depending on where you live in Greater Vancouver, that dip might be more of a drizzle or a full on downpour. Let's start with the big four. Vancouver prices slid 2.2% in the past year, now sitting at $1,266,300. West Vancouver followed closely, dropping 2.5% to $1,306,400. North Vancouver held up better, with just a 1% dip to $1,371,000, while East Vancouver saw a 1.5% decline, landing at $1,199,100. Now, if you're watching detached homes, brace yourself. Vancouver's detached homes fell 4.6% to $2,537,700, while West Vancouver, typically a luxury stronghold, plunged 5.6% to $3,311,800. In North Vancouver, detached homes are down 4.2% to $2,197,500, and East Van isn't far behind, dropping 3.9% to $1,794,500. Apartments, same story mostly, except for one standout. Vancouver, West Van, and East Van all saw 3.4% drops, now priced at $780,600, $820,200, and $679,000 respectively. But North Vancouver flipped the script, up 0.6% now at $819,500, the only gain on the board. And finally, townhouses are experiencing a steady decline across the map. Vancouver dipped 2.0% to $1,299,100. West Van edged down 1.9% to $1,417,400. North Van dropped 2.8% now at $1,314,500. And East Van followed with a 2.4% slide, down to $1,117,900. So, what does this all mean? Buyers are gaining power again. With prices softening and inventory rising, we're entering a market where negotiation is back and sellers need to be sharp. Where do you see the market heading next? Are we bottoming out or just getting started? Sunshine, clouds, and the occasional splash of Vancouver rain are mixed this week. However, the forecast is still bright, especially if you're in the market for a pre sale deal that pops. Let's talk about East Junction, a new project in East Van that's quietly making noise. This isn't just another cookie cutter condo, it's bold, boutique, and perfectly positioned at 2465 Semlin Drive, right in the middle of everything that makes Commercial Drive one of Vancouver's most electric neighborhoods. Art, food, culture, transit, you name it, it's steps away. Developed by Enso Group and set for completion in fall 2027, East Junction offers 73 modern homes across 6 stories, with one-bedroom units ranging from $589,900 to just over $799,900. The homes are compact between 510 and 534 square feet, but every inch is packed with thoughtful design. And here's the kicker: launch incentives are turning heads. For the first 20 buyers, you're only putting down 10% to lock in a unit. And if you're going for a one bedroom, you'll score a $7,500 Rove Concepts furniture credit. What do you think? Does $589,000 get you enough in East Van, or is this the start of a new wave of smarter, smaller living? What if one smart move today could turn into over half a million in profit just 10 years from now? That's not wishful thinking. It's what the numbers show about a real opportunity in the current market. Let's walk through it. You pick up a property for $715,000. The entry is approachable with a $53,625 down payment. That gives you a mortgage of $661,375, and your monthly mortgage payment comes to $3,228. Now, say you rent it out. Current rents for this property type are around $2,311 per month, which means you'd be losing $1,125 monthly. It's not ideal at first glance, but here's where it turns into something impressive. Even with that short term loss, your yearly ROI on the down payment, factoring in rental income, comes to minus 2.10%. And while the early years might feel tight, you're building serious equity over time. Fast forward 10 years, you built $137,120 in equity just from mortgage paydown. But here's where it gets exciting. If the property grows at standard appreciation rates, it could be worth $1,308,512. That means a 10-year profit of $593,512 if you sell. Add in the rental income and equity, and your total return hits $676,216, a staggering 1,161% return on your original investment. Even if we dial that growth way down to a conservative 50%, you're still sitting on a property worth $971,683 and a profit of $256,683. This is the kind of move most people overlook. Would you make this move? If your lighting still feels like it belongs in 2005, it's time for an upgrade that actually feels like the future. Say hello to the Govee Smart Light Bulbs, a smart home essential that blends high tech function with serious fun. We're talking color changing, music syncing, voice controlled lighting that completely transforms your space without blowing your budget. This 4 pack of LED bulbs pumps out a bright 800 lumens each using just 9 watts. They screw into your standard E26 base, so setup is a breeze. But the real magic kicks in once you download the Govee Home app. Inside the app, you unlock 16 million colors. Yes, million. Whether you're going for cozy movie night vibes or full on party mode, there's a setting to match. Feeling bold? Flip on Music Sync. These bulbs will literally pulse to your playlist using your phone's mic to read the room. Would you add these to your smart home setup? Or are you already living that RGB life? What's better than movies under the stars for free? Welcome to Sunset Cinema, Vancouver's ultimate Wednesday night hangout, happening every week this August. Grab your blankets, lawn chairs, and favorite snacks, because these aren't just movie nights, they're full on summer vibes. Hosted at 650 Hamilton Street, this open air series brings together iconic films, local DJs, face painting, photo booths, and even bike valet tune ups, all for free. Next up on August 13th, they're screening The Wild Robot, a heartwarming animated adventure that's been racking up love with a 98% popcorn meter rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Starring Lupita Nyong'o and Pedro Pascal, this one's made for all ages. Then mark your calendar for August 20th when we go full nostalgia with Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's the action-packed classic you know and love, with pre-show entertainment, DJs, and even a themed photo booth. That movie starts just after sunset around 8:30 p.m. So whether you're coming for the adventure, the community, or just the popcorn, don't miss these magical summer nights. Will we see you there? That wraps up this edition of Sunny in Van. If you found this market update helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy house hunting. Sunny out.
Welcome to Sunny in Van, where the sun always shines. Join us on this journey to find your dream home in Vancouver. Vancouver. We're sunny as your